So here's a very quick demonstration of the frottage process, which is to rub. And the first thing is we're using a piece of graphite. Solid graphite should be 6B or softer, so 6B, 8B, 9B. And before you use anything like this, this is actually a broken off piece. You want to rub it to soften the edges so you don't get any streaks. And then the frottage process is very straightforward. You put an object that might have a texture down, like this cutting board, and then you take a rubbing of the surface. I'm actually putting tons of pressure on this, maybe 25 pounds of pressure with my hand, and notice that I'm working methodically and somewhat mechanically, because what we want to get is an edge-to-edge texture with no margins. This could be even blacker and heavier, but we essentially get a photograph through a drawing process of an actual tactile surface. If you're drawing a smaller object like this triangle and just want to lift part of it, you can do multiple rubbings. But again, try and do something consistent and a bit machine-like that's got a rhythm and not a design. Also, avoid anything with text, signs, license plates, etc. Typography is too distracting for this process. Basically, we're just trying to tune in to felt texture and surface in the environment rather than the usual visual texture of looking at, say, rich imagery on a computer screen. The thing you don't want to do with a frottage is a bunch of just random lines, and you don't want anything like this, which is the gesture of my hand. It's not lifting the texture. And if you're lifting off of something that might be valuable or needs to stay clean, you should put a piece of paper between the graphite and the surface, and you'll still get a nice rubbing, but that way you won't leave marks on the wall because graphite cannot really be repainted. I mean, the surface can't be cleaned up. Again, you should go slowly with some of these, but you'll lift a really nice image away from the surface. Just avoid gesture, and particularly remember to get that edge-to-edge effect so that there's no white margin and no visible change in hand stroke in terms of how you're lifting the image. So try 6 or 10 of these, and if one is not right, just throw it away, and then we're going to build up a texture library in the next assignment.